Lesson 2 for our Photoshop for Beginners Masterclass. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe. And if you are old here, thanks so much for clicking this video. In today's video, we are going to learn how to create this flyer. So the first thing we are going to do is to open our Photoshop. And we are going to create a new layer. So I'll go to File, I'll select New, and I'll choose a size I want to work with. So I want to work in inches, and the size is 6 by 8. So 6 by 8 inches. I'll leave my resolution as 100, and I'll leave the rest as default. And I'll press on Create. Alright. The first thing I'm going to do is to unlock my background. And I'm going to divide my canvas. And I'll use my ruler. But if you can't find your rulers, come to View. Okay. Look through, you see rulers here, and you select it. So I have my rulers here. So I'll drag to divide my canvas. And I'm going to draw a rectangle to divide one portion of my canvas. So I'll divide this side. Alright, so I don't need stroke. So I'll uncheck stroke. Alright, so I want to start by bringing my image to my canvas, okay? But you can decide however you want it, whether you should start from below to the top, whether to start from the top to the down, however you want it. There is no procedure, there is no step by step. However, you can start and you can finish in no time. That is how you have to go with. So I'm bringing my image first so that I can pick the colors of my image. I want to use the colors of my image to design the flyer. So I'll look for my image. I'll go to File Explorer. Alright, so this is my image. So I'll drag my image onto Photoshop. And you can see my image is on top of my rectangle, and that is not how I want it. And this is happening because of the arrangement on our layer panel. Okay, this is the reason. So to do that, or to correct it, I'll drag my image below the rectangle. And there we go. So I'll position it well. Okay, so this is how I want the image to look. So I'll come back to my rectangle. And then I'll select my fill. So I want to change the color. So I'll select my fill. I'll select the color, this box here. And I'll choose the color from the face. So I'm picking the color from my image. You can also do the same. You can pick the color from your image. Okay. So I'll hit on enter. And I want to start by adding my text. Okay. And I want to demonstrate something to you. So I'll select my image. Okay. And I'll start typing. But then, if I select my rectangle and I select my text too. Okay, when I select my text too, and I want to write, you see the cursor changes. What that means is that I'm going to type inside my rectangle, of which I don't want to. Okay. In lesson 1 of this masterclass, we learned a lot. Okay, so if you are seeing this video first, please check out the lesson 1 video. Okay, in that video I taught a lot. I said a lot of things. I said this entire space is a workspace. Where we are working is the canvas. So if you are getting it wrong, if you are not really understanding, kindly go back to my lesson 1 video and go and watch it. When you are done, then you come back so that you don't get confused. And even in that video, I taught some most important tools that you need to know as a beginner. And the test too, I talked about it. So kindly go and check that video for me. Alright, so let's continue. So I'll click on my image and I'll start typing. So 1-on-1. 1-on-1. No, that's not how I want it. 1-on-1. You see, our text is not showing, and it's as a result of the arrangement on our layer panel. Okay, so I'll have to drag it on top of the rectangle, and our text will be visible. But then even the color of the text, so we can't even see the text. So I'll select V. I'll press on V on my keyboard. V is the shortcut of my move tool. So when I select V, it automatically selects my move tool for me. So I'll select it and I'll choose color white. So I'm changing the font color to white. And I even did a mistake with the 1-on-1. All right, so I'll start typing again. 1, then my /on1. All right, and I'll check here. Okay, so I want to increase the size of the text. So I can do that by just coming here and I'll navigate with my keyboard. Okay, I'll just be increasing it. Or I can also come here. Okay, so I'll press Ctrl T to transform and I'll drag it. Okay, I'll drag and I'll hit on enter. And I want to type my makeup. So what I want to do is to press Ctrl J on my keyboard. Ctrl J to duplicate. So Ctrl J and I'll duplicate and I'll drag it down. When I'm done, I'll type in my makeup. So makeup. All right. And with our test, okay, when we check our property panel, you realize is with a V, okay, it's in 20. The spaces between, that is the spaces between the text, is in 20. Okay, I want to make it 0, okay, as default. And the 1-on-1 too, I think, yes, it's the same thing. So I want to make that also 0. All right, no, that I think I have to leave it at 20. I think it's okay. All right, so I want to arrange it well. I want everything to be in line. So I will use my rulers. Okay, I think it should start here. So I'll pull my ruler to this side. Okay, you let me bring it here, and let me drag the one I used to divide, so that we don't get lost. And let me pull. Okay, this is okay. So I'll drag it. All right. I think this is okay. This is okay. This is okay for me. All right, I'm good. So let me duplicate and add. So another way to also duplicate, okay, is to press your Alt, you left click and you drag down. It will also duplicate. So there's also another way to duplicate. So I'll come in my text for my layer panel. I'll double click and I'll type in my class. And I'll check the box here. When I'm done, I want it to fill the entire space. So for this, I want to make the size as bold. I want to make it bold. And I'll drag. Okay, let me drag it. All right. And here, okay, so I think this is good for me. Let me make this 60, 61. The makeup, I think I have to make that also bold. I have to make the makeup bold since the text there is small. All right, and a class, I don't have to make it bold. Let me make that semi-bold. All right, and let me make it 60. 60 is good. All right, so let me write my course outline So I'll select my text. And then I'll start typing my course outline. Okay, and you can see that the course outline has gone outside my canvas. Okay, and anything outside your canvas, when you save your work, you won't see it. So I'll need to bring it onto my canvas, and I'll drag it down. And with this, I can choose to draw my rectangle first and I type on top, or I can write the text after that. I draw my rectangle as I'm doing. So I'll come to my tool, I'll select my rectangle as I've done, and then I'll draw my rectangle. All right, but then I can't see my text. So for my layer panel, I'll drag it beneath it. So when I'm done, I'll press on V to select my move tool, and I'll remove the stroke. I don't need the stroke. I don't need it. So I'll take off stroke, and then fill. Let me change the color, and I'm picking it from the image. No. Let me go down. Okay. I think this is no. Let me set it up and enter. I am good. I press enter again. I think no. I don't want that. Okay. Let me go to the lips area. Alright, let me send this up. Let me hit on it. Is this no? Color selecting. It can take you the whole day. In fact, it's my background. The background is not making this pop. And I want you to make it pop. I think I'll manage this. Alright, so I'll hit on enter. I'll change the color of my font to the background. You see my color is not popping. So let me change it. Let me send it into the white. Let me hit on enter. Oh, no. This shouldn't happen today. Let me just select here. And let me send it to this white. Enter. No. This is okay. Let me change the makeup color to the same color as the rectangle. Alright, so let me start typing the course outline itself, and let me just copy. Okay, let me copy and paste. Okay, T, I've selected my T. Let me copy and paste it. Alright, so let me check, and I can't see it, and it's because check from the property. When at any point you can't see anything, come and check your property. Okay, after checking your layers, your layer panel, and you see it's there, nothing is covering it, come and check your property, maybe the color. And as seen here, the color. So I'll change the color to white, enter, and the spaces between is huge. So I'll leave it at auto. I don't like the size. The size is too much. Let me leave it at 24. And let me see. 24 is still not good for me. So let me use my keyboard to navigate. The 12 is bad. I think 30. Alright. So let me change. I don't want it to be in caps lock, so let me change it. Okay, semi-bold, no. I want it medium. And let me increase the spaces. There we go. The size. No. So I want 15.3. 15.3. All right, I'm good. I still need to increase. Okay. So let me bullet with my triangle. So I've selected my triangle. Let me draw a small triangle. So I'm holding my, you see, when I draw my triangle, you see how it's appearing. But then when I hold my shift, you see it changes. All the sizes becomes equal. So I think this is good. And then I'll leave it. I'll press on my move to my shortcut, which is V. And then I'll press Ctrl T to transform. And I'll change the position. So I want it to be 90. Okay, I'm good. Then I'll hit on enter. I'll change the color to the same color as my outline. And then I don't need stroke, so I'll take it off. When I'm done, let me check the position. I think this is good. Yes. So I'll have to duplicate it for all. So to duplicate, as I said before, Ctrl J to duplicate. So you duplicate and you drag, you duplicate, you drag, you duplicate, you drag. So I'll do the same thing for all. So let me increase, okay, so that I can do it very faster. So Alt, I right click, I pull down. Alt, I right click, I pull down. Alt, I right click, I go. Alt, I right click. So it's Alt I'm using. Alt, I right click and I pull. Alt, I right click, I pull. Alt, I right click and I pull. All right, so I think, let me go back. Okay, I'm good. All right, so I even think they are huge. Let me leave it that way. All right, so the next thing is for me to draw a line here. So I have to draw a line beneath it. So I'll still come to my shapes and I'll see the line 2 here. I'll select it. So I'll come here and I'll draw my line. You see, my line is not straight, but as soon as I hit on shift, I press and hold shift, it becomes straight and I draw and I leave it. When I'm done, fill, I leave it in white. So the stroke, I need stroke so that I can make the line a little bit thick. So I want just 2. And I'll press on my vein to select the move to. It's too much. So I want 1 stroke. Let me see. This is good. I'll drag it to the top. It's okay. So let me write my registration. So I want to use the same font size here. So I'll drag down. So by pressing my Alt, I drag down and I write in my registration. So Ctrl A to select everything, then I write in my registration. Registrations. And then I increase it. But first of all, let me drag it down. Okay, so that I can type my 2 weeks and the friends. 2 weeks. 2 weeks is 400. So I'm using my tab key. I write my 450 Ghana cedis. 1 month. 1 month is also 700 Ghana cedis. So wherever you are watching from, you can do that in your country's currency. So 2 months, that is 120 Ghana cedis. All right. So I'll increase the registration. I want people to see the registration well. So let me increase the size and let me make it semi-bold. All right. So in between, I think this is okay. And then I think the spaces between them, let me add more. So 1, 2. All right, so I'm using my space bar. Okay, so let me draw rectangles behind the weeks and the months. Oh, no, I've selected a line. No, so I'll come back. I'll press rectangular to the rectangular shape, and I'm good. So I'll drag it below so that I can see it. So I'm dragging below and I'm changing the color right away. I don't need stroke. And also, let me see. All right, so I'll duplicate my rectangle. So I'll duplicate it. I'll drag down. So you see, it's not going, and it's because I've not pressed my move tool. So I'll press V on my keyboard, and I drag down. You see, now it's going. All right, so I'll duplicate again. Control J. I'll drag it down. Down, 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 down. All right, so let me increase the space so that, all right, so this is what I'm doing. I'm selecting my text tool, or you can also press your T on your keyboard and it automatically will select your text tool. So I'll highlight and I'll change the color. Okay, so I'm using the background same color. I press on OK. I'll do the same thing for the next. I'll select. So I do the same thing for the next one, 2 months. And then I will pick the color and I'll check it. I press on V to select the move tool. When I'm done, I think I need to spacing up my work. It's too clumsy. All right, so let me group them let me group the registrations so that dragging them will be more easier. And then the folder here, okay, the folder icon here, when I click it, automatically it groups. And let me name the group Regi. Okay, let me make it register. And I can drag it down. All right, and let me drag the line. Okay, I'm trying to select the line, but it's not. So I can lock the background. I can lock this. And to lock it, I'll press this key. Okay, so that I can lock it. So now I'll come back and it's been selected. So I'll drag that so that I think this is okay. I'll send it up a little. And then I'm good. So the triangles I drew for the bulletin, I also have to group them to make my work more easier. I have to group them. And now let's let me save a try. Okay, where is the text for that? This is the text. All right, so I'll drag it at the top, and then I can drag that also down a bit. Okay. All right, so I'm good. So I have to write my 50% off. So I'll come to my 2, I'll select my ellipse 2, and when I drag, look at it. You see, I'm not getting the shape of a circle, but when I press my shift, okay, you see I'm getting it, and I'll leave it. I'll change the fill to my default color. The stroke, I'll make it white. So let me make it 3 and see. Okay, 3 is okay. So I'll drag it down. This is okay. So I'll have to write my 50% off. So I'll select my text tool and I'll type out, so 50%, 50 percentage, and off below. So I'll press on V to select the move tool, and then the space between, I'll leave it as auto. Auto is too much, so I'll still bring it down, and let me change the color first to white, and let me drag it inside the circle, and let me see if it fits. Okay, the paragraph, let me center align, and let me drag it, let me transform and drag it inside. I'll hit on enter and I'll make it medium italic. All right, so I am good. So let me write to register and for more info, and I'll add my contact to it. So I can duplicate this by pressing Ctrl J, and I'll drag it below, and then I'll double click inside, then I'll double click inside. Okay, okay, I made it center align, so let me make it left align. Let me come back to register. To register or more information. More info. Okay, I can't see the rest, so let me check it. And as I said earlier, if you can't see, you check your layer panel first. It's rather below the rectangle, so I drag it on top of the rectangle so that it can be seen, and I'll drag it here. I want the for more info, everything to be on the image, so that the contacts will be on the rectangle. All right, so I'll press, I think I am good. So the contacts, so I'm putting plus 233, I'm putting my contacts there, 55884, and the rest is XXXX. Okay, and I am good. So I think I'm good. I've been able to achieve it. So let me make it, let me increase a bit. Let me leave it here. And then the registration. You see why it's important to group. You see this, I would have been coming to select it one after the other, which is work. So I can just drag it down. We are going to add our social media. So I'll select my rectangle. I'll draw a rectangle beneath it. And let me drag it to the top so that we can see. Okay, so I changed the fill to white. The stroke, I'll uncheck it. And then I'll select my text too. And you see, when I bring it inside, it's going to type inside the rectangle, which I don't want. So I can select the next one and I'll start typing inside. So let me write social media. We can't see because of the arrangement on the layer. So I'll have to drag it to the top. It's now visible. So I'll select my vein. I'll drag it to this portion. And then let me bring some social media icons. If you want social media icons, go to this website, PNG Egg. Okay, PNG Egg. When you get there, then you go and download. Okay, when you go to the website, you just go and type, if it's Instagram, you type Instagram at the top. Then when it comes, then you download. Okay, so I have some social media icons here, so let me just drag them. So I'll drag Instagram and TikTok. So TikTok and Instagram. So I'll drag them. So let me make it small beneath it. The next one, TikTok. Okay, let me add contact location to it. So our location, very important. Okay, so we've written our social media and our location. Alright, so let me drag it closer and let me the type. I don't want it to be okay, it's in caps lock already, so I think we are good to go. Alright, so there we go, we are done with our flyer. So we end here. We've been able to achieve it. Okay, so drop a comment in the comment section. If you also, if you've been able to achieve it, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you've been able to achieve it. And also tell me where you are watching this video from. Let me know where you are watching it from. So in my lesson 3, I'll bring you lesson 3. In my lesson 3, I'm also going to teach you more essential things, okay? Thanks so much for clicking this video, and I want to see you in my lesson 3.